What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 216 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
She's back fighting space pirates.
And we got the Ray Trace Durag, Madrid Devon.
Wario Land 3? Are you fucking kidding me? Let's go.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be covering everything from the first Nintendo Direct of 2023. We're going to talk about Apex Legends fumbling the bag. And we're going to be talking about the Yu-Gi-Oh! 1-year anniversary celebration in Master Duel. Right. It's the most wonderful time of the year again. There has been a Nintendo Direct, and this one was a pretty good one.
So, I saw people rating it low, and I'm like... No.
See, the thing is, people are just set with the expectations that everything has to be for them, and if everything isn't for them, then the thing is bad. And I'm like...
Bingo. I'm like, subjectively speaking, there is something here for everyone.
Right.
In some underserved markets, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're all apparently served on the Switch because some of the time they spent on things, I'm like, you have to have a dedicated fan base to this game that I've never heard of because you're spending... Because it was a 40-minute presentation, and over the course of it, it was just, like, back-to-back things. And then they even did one of their, Nintendo Direct montages towards the end that had some cool information in it.
Right.
So really, starting off, is this in order? Was the first thing the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass? No? What was the first thing?
I think the first thing was PIKMIN.
Oh, yeah, it was... let me see. In order. Let's see. Nope, this starts with Tears of the Kingdom, which I know definitely wasn't first. Okay, so we're taking the Eurogamer article and we're going to follow the Eurogamer article. So, they showed Xenoblade Chronicles 3, the expansion pass. Apparently, it showed the protagonist from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, grown up.
Yeah. It looked like they showed Rex and Shulk.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's a
grown up
Xenoblade crossover.
That's cool. I want to get into the Xenoblade Chronicles games, but I also don't want to start... I know it's only 3 games and DLC for each of the games. Well, technically it's 4 games. If you really count X.
X you can get to when you get to.
It's gonna get ported before you know it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So if I get into it, 3 and X will be on Switch by the time I do that because
I thought they were on Switch.
No, X is only on Wii U.
Not X.
Okay. X is behind.
It's the like the last remaining.
Right. The final Wii U game that even a single person out there cares about.
But porting over the final Wii U game is going to be like the final nail in the Switch coffin before it's time to upgrade.
Well, actually, there are 2 other Wii U games that nobody... everybody's talking about it. It's just that I don't see why Nintendo's sitting on it for so long. Is Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD remasters.
Final nails.
They really should have done it around when they did Skyward Sword.
They didn't want us to be Zelda'd out, you know?
Of how Zelda turned into Nintendo's main franchise. That's fucking wild.
I don't know. Zelda's not getting a movie this year.
Yeah, but Zelda has also gotten, unlike every other game, 2 games on the same console generation. Like normally you get a Zelda game on a console generation. Now we gotten 2.
Well, that was the Wii. And this is selling like the Wii sold, so...
Was there only one on GameCube?
Oh,
No,
well,
there were
technically,
two.
there was two.
Right. I mean, there were two on Wii, two on GameCube.
Two on,
Wait,
were
what
there
was
two
the
on
one
64?
Yeah, there were two on 64.
Theory disproved.
Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword.
Oh no, I don't feel like Twilight Princess should count because that really does feel like a GameCube game. That's just on Wii because of the release date.
But I mean,
whatever.
then you wouldn't count Breath of the Wild as a Switch game because that was a Wii U game that just took so long in the Wii U life cycle.
Yeah, but I feel like that was the other way around though, because it was, by the time we got official marketing for Breath of the Wild, it was during the Switch announcement.
Well, no, we knew about Breath of the Wild.
We knew they were making a Zelda game, but I don't think we knew it was Breath of the Wild until they were announcing the Switch.
Right, but I mean, that game still came
Like,
out and ran. I have... Yeah, the cross...
I used to Zelda get this much attention.
Well, last year was like, what, the 35th anniversary of Zelda, so...
Yeah. I mean, Zelda always seems to have been a lot of people's favorite. Yeah, and they're going to pick a favorite like Zelda.
I still feel like Mario is still the number one.
Well, he's the mascot. He'll always be number one. He's not even number one. He's number 0.
Honestly, Pokemon should be number one, and...
Yeah,
Does that imply that a Pokemon game could run well?
Hey, man, I'm sitting here...
They don't have to.
So
apparently,
the worst part.
Apparently, it don't even fucking have to, and it's still one of the best ones, according to everyone.
Yeah, so they're doing the $100 Nintendo tickets again, where you get 2 Switch games for $100, and so I'm thinking Tears of the Kingdom and Pokemon Scarlet.
Yeah, I'll take you up on that, because I'll probably do the same thing. And Tears of the Kingdom is $70, right?
Yeah. So I'd be getting Scarlet for $30.
Yeah, so Nintendo's finally taking that big swing and being like, yeah, extra $10 for this.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see going forward what games they charge $70 for. But that's the $70 isn't even adjusted for inflation. So, like $60, let's see. Inflation, because I know $60 in like 2013 when like the PS4 and Xbox One. Okay, U.S. inflation. So the year was 2013. When did the Switch come out? Was that 2016? Or was that 2017?
I don't know. I have no concept of time.
2017. So let's see. A $60 game in 2017. In 2023 money. Nope, I can only do 2022.
Every single company that does stuff like this is reporting record profits. Never forget that.
Yeah, but just $60 in 2017 money versus 2022 money because they don't have it for 2023.
Price ranges.
All
those price raises are horseshit. Like they are. Fundamentally, they are.
Why?
Once again, record profits. Like this is like what's okay. This goes back to the whole point that what a company is going to do to increase their profit margin is putting as much of the cost onto the customer as possible. And this is how we got the over monetization of our video games to the point that most majority of games that were coming out were these shitty live service games that don't last. And then also that leads us into, well, that's just basically that.
But the number is going up, but the value is going down. And how?
I don't think the value of the dollar, yes, but it's really
Yeah,
just,
so like that's what I'm
it's
saying.
It's about profits, though. And also the only reason the value of the dollar is going down is because of the wealth transfer to the rich because of this very system in the first place.
Right, but
This is the system doing shit and then using itself to justify itself. You could just not.
But that, like, we wouldn't have video games if people had that philosophy.
No, we still would. No, we definitely would have video games. We would.
No.
We would have. Yes, we would. We would have video games.
Okay.
We would have
Give
video
me an
games. We would have
example
good
of
video
any
games. Actually, we
game.
probably would have better video games.
Give me an example of any game in history, its launch MSRP being more expensive than or being cheaper than $70 in 2022 money. Give me any example, because I guarantee there's not a single one. Even older, more rudimentary, crappy, shitty shovelware games that cost $40 in 2008 or like cost $30 in the early, in 2000, even going back to how cheap those games were to make, because it didn't take these 1,000-person development teams that need healthcare,
But also these
that
games,
need
but
benefits.
also most of these games don't need 1,000-person development teams. Like those 1,000-person development teams are bloated to justify this.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still people's jobs, because when you say that the things are bloated and you tell that to someone like Microsoft and then they have layoffs, then people are out of jobs because Microsoft...
But you're more likely to lose your job in the game industry after dropping a successful game than you are for dropping a bad game. That happens consistently.
Because it's not a sustainable system. It's not a sustainable system, and so...
No. It's not a sustainable infinite money printer. That's the thing about it. It's like, that's the thing about profits. It's that the profits have to be consistent.
You
they have
can't
to be
argue
always,
about
and that's not how money works.
You can't argue about the end product of a corporation's profits when you're talking directly about the price that a consumer is paying for a good/service.
Yes, you can.
Because at the end of the day, okay, let's say games stayed $30 fucking dollars. $30 in 2022 money. If you run that back to, that's like $5 in 90s money. And so it doesn't matter that the exact money that is being used to pay the employees. Like, Microsoft just bought Bethesda and then laid people off because their development teams are bloated. Those people at Bethesda, aren't directly impacting the profits that Microsoft is going to make.
Yes, they are. That's literally where the overhead comes from. That's literally where the overhead that eats into your profit margins come from.
Right. But they're not... That's what I'm saying. So... There's all this corporate consolidation going on because there's a lot of companies have a lot of profit, and then... Yeah, but there's nothing we can do about it, because at the end of the day...
I mean, we could just support the developers who aren't doing that, which are usually the smaller indie devs that drop a fun game and that call it a day, not these infinite...
You just bought Hi-Fi Rush, which is a Tango Gameworks game, which was under the ZeniMax umbrella that got absorbed under the Microsoft umbrella, and you probably played it through Game Pass, which is a service that Microsoft itself, in its report to the CMA this week, said that Game Pass is not sustainable. Game Pass is going to have a permanent
No, it's not
impact.
sustainable. I know none of this stuff is sustainable, and that's my point. This is how we ended up in this unsustainable gaming market, because they expect games to print money eternally.
I mean, it would be sustainable if game prices kept up with inflation, but they aren't.
Expectations are unsustainable.
Even if a small indie developer is going to need to make a larger number right now than they would have need to make 3 years ago to have the same quality of life, Does that make sense? Like, even if it's a single-person
I
developer that puts out a
What
game...
you're saying is true, but I also believe that what you're saying is true, that is also caused by the very expectations and the system that's created by the very companies we are talking about. They have created the situation. They have created this problem.
I mean, I don't feel like corporations created the status quo. I feel like...
no, they definitely did.
I feel like society created
they're the ones who set the prices. Like, for example, the developers and the game...
Always blame the corporations.
That whole, what was it? That digital Game Pass thing they tried to sell us to give us access to multiplayer games to try and cut back on the resale market that happened a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not a couple of years ago. That was about a decade ago at this point.
Yeah, that's like more than a decade ago.
But everybody who worked on actually worked within games. Like, I'm talking about the actual people who worked with the publishing company, the actual developers knew that was shit that was going to hurt the games. But why they had to do it? To appease stockholders. You know, where a lot of these decisions come down to. Because once you once you make a successful game that makes you a lot of money, you cut out your staff, and then all that extra money that you made off the game and that you're not spending on staff goes straight into stock buybacks.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, this is a system causing this problem and then using itself to justify it.
Yeah, I mean, all that I'm saying is that even though the price has now jumped to $70, gaming is cheaper right now than it's ever been in the grand scheme of things.
Sure, I fully believe that, but I do not have the evidence to argue that at the moment, so I'm just going to leave that there.
I see what you're saying, and while it is cheaper on their side, like they're not making as much, it seems like more to us, since that's still a lot of money that we have to pay.
Right, because wages still haven't gone up, and that's a whole
right. So it's not reflective.
Wages have gone down.
Wages
so
going
essentially,
up
both parties lose.
To,
it's a lose-lose for everyone, except for the people at the top,
stockholders and corporate owners.
Right. So, but I will say this about Nintendo: they did say they're implementing a 10% raise for like their staff, so they are trying to pay people more that work for them, and hopefully that also includes better working conditions as well, because it's not always just about the money. You want to make sure that you work in a place where you're appreciated, where your work matters, where you can take days off and you're not
being abused by a company that will allow terrible things to happen to you as long as the game keeps making money. Blizzard,
right?
Ubisoft.
all types of abuse. So yeah, definitely any time where you're in a better situation and get more money, it's just definitely appreciated. So I mean, shit, I'll pay $70 for Tears of the Kingdom.
Hey,
I would.
Right. Actually, I probably won't. In all honesty, I'm most likely not playing.
Oh yeah, you didn't really play Breath of the Wild, did you? Or you're
played it for a while. That's really it.
I played the shit out that game, and then still want more. But I'm at the point that we're gonna have the sequel this year, so.
Yeah, I'll probably go back and dabble a little more since I never finished it. I think I have like one or two more Divine Beasts. I don't remember. I think I was trying to get all the towers.
Get all the towers, get all the Divine Beasts, go in the castle, get the Master Sword, get the Hylian Shield, go in the castle, wreck shop.
Do a couple more dungeons along the way.
Oh yeah. If there's a shrine just right there, you might as well.
I mean, if I see the shrine, I'm at least see what it's about. Step foot in it, unlock it.
What I did, I had stacked up all the combat shrines, and just one day I was like, all right, I'm going to watch a YouTube video on how to actually be good at fighting. And went in and was fighting guardians left and right in just a straight up combat shrines. And then I was like, well, shit. I might as well start fighting these above ground, because there's an armor set I get for getting materials from Guardians. And now I know how to fight them.
Once you start fighting the Guardians, once you learn how to parry that blast, you're good.
Yep. It really is the parry timing, like the noise they make when they're about to shoot it, and like Yeah. So, the next game on the Eurogamer list is Samba de Amigo Party Central, which I saw a lot of people who were like slightly older than us get really hype about. Have either of y'all played Samba de Amigo at any point? No.
I've played it once.
I've
it was a good
seen it
time.
before, but I guaranteed I've never played it. And
Me playing a rhythm game as a person with no rhythm.
Look, all you got to do is stop thinking. Listen to the music and stop thinking. The more you think, the harder rhythm games are. Don't think.
I don't have rhythm.
With that attitude.
I don't really either, but something about rhythm games. It's really the like
Me dancing is a product of alcohol and confidence.
Yeah. Same.
I mean, because that's 95% of what dancing is.
It's 2/3, you know?
You know, like that's 2/3. Like, what are you talking about? Why do you think most people do the best dancing drunk? They have liquid confidence to go with their spiritual confidence.
Exactly.
Okay. The next game, I know Madrid's really excited about this one, is Fashion Dreamer. Trying to get that fit off, Madrid.
It actually looked pretty straight.
Yeah, it was like you go around and
I'm
you're
like-
getting like different pieces from different people, and it's
I'm like,
like,
hey, shit. This seems like a vibe.
watch it be $60.
Right. No, it's definitely a full price game. I'm not about to get it, but you know, maybe it's on super sale one day.
Yeah. I would say, like, there's the PlayStation Plus. There is no PlayStation Plus equivalent or Game Pass equivalent on Switch. It's just like, nah, straight up.
There's Switch Online, and when you purchase games in the Switch store, you get those little coins. Cash them shits.
Yeah, but that's more like PlayStation Stars or like Microsoft Rewards. That's not even like, here
That's
goes
the-
a handful of free games on a regular basis that you...
Switch Online?
That's not current gen stuff.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess Tetris 99. There's been like 2 games.
There you go. In DLC. When you pay that extra.
Right, that's how I'm
Plus
sitting here.
expansion.
I'm like, I want to keep it for the GBA, but I also don't want to get hit with this random ass charge because I don't remember when we got Switch Online. When did Josh get a Switch? That'll be the...
I don't think it hasn't been a year yet. I don't think.
I feel like we're getting there, though.
We are getting there. You're right. We should get ready. Just be prepared.
Right, be prepared to be like, y'all want Game Boy games another year? Alright, so we finally got a March 6th release date for the Dead Cells Castlevania DLC.
Okay. Let's
And we
pipe
got
up.
some gameplay, so I don't know if there's been gameplay other places, but I remember seeing this at the Game Awards in December and like now seeing it here in February, and it's coming out early March.
It looks good. I'm excited.
Alright, Tron Identity from Bithell Games is coming in April.
Looks good.
Yeah, Bithell Games has really been just like in the background on the Switch, like going hard. Because
Just making the middle market games that fill out the library of any good console.
well, it's cool to see because, like, I know Bithell Games is more than just Mike Bithell, but I feel like his first couple games he made entirely by himself and then started getting licenses and started being... Because his first license was John Wick Hex. And so he made that, and then now is making Tron and is getting that Disney money, so, like, I'm all here for it. Shout out Thomas Was Alone, the OG.
Was alone.
Yep, that was the first Mike Bithell game.
Thomas was alone.
So, from Thomas Was Alone to Tron Identity. And the games have been solid in between. It's not like they dropped in quality or anything. Like, they're very niche, but very good.
Yeah. Smaller, niche experiences that are just... They're good. They're good. They're the type of extras you need to fill out your gaming diet so you end up not playing whatever the pony is this week.
That are your mainstays, so you just end up playing Final Fantasy XIV, Monster Hunter, and Fortnite with all your time.
And
Fucking
Yu-Gi-Oh!
games that are on the attention economy. They're
Also,
hard to get
Yu-Gi-Oh!
away from.
Dropped its anniversary.
Yeah.
So it's 1 year anniversary. So they updated some stuff with it.
Yeah, and
Looks
there's
good.
been a lot of stuff that built up over the first year that, like, going back and having some credits and just being like, you know, I didn't get any cards because, like, I wasn't trying to get into the smoke. I heard high-level Yu-Gi-Oh! Going on, and I was like, I'm a tiptoe in here. I'm going to get this new card art for my home screen. I'm going to get this...
Yep.
Get this like profile frame, and I'm gonna tiptoe out, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow for my daily login bonus. I didn't even claim the well, I claimed the PlayStation Plus stuff, but I didn't like redeem what the credits got me for that.
I think I claimed some of it. I need to go through and check to see if I got everything.
Well, it's the legacy cards that like each
Oh yeah.
yeah. The packs where it's like 1 or 2 cards and you just get those. Yeah. We got another set of those from PlayStation Plus.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I opened all mine then. Or maybe I did. Shit. I don't remember.
But yeah. So back on the Nintendo Direct, Capcom's Murder Mystery series Ghost Trick is coming back with a remaster of the first game, Phantom Detective. I saw this and I was like, yeah, I guess, because I'm thinking back to like Game Boy and DS era, I wasn't playing anywhere near as much variety of stuff as I'm playing now. So for this to be a DS game that's coming to Switch, I was like, yeah, I just never even heard about this game.
I remember when Ghost Trick came out.
It looks familiar.
It looks like it should be
puzzle
familiar,
game.
but at the same time, it's also like, yeah, no.
I remember playing a bit of it, and I remember enjoying it, but I can't. If you ask me anything about it, I would just say you're a detective possessing your own corpse to figure out your own murder. That's really all I remember.
Oof.
Well, no, you're a ghost. You're not possessing your own corpse. That's a different game. You're a ghost solving your own murder.
Peace of mind. That's
Right.
the nigga that
I
did
know someone. I know someone decent is on the case.
it. You did it. Time for me to haunt you.
So Level 5's new game, Deca Police, is coming this year.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. For a second, I thought that was about to be a new Astral Chain.
No, it didn't look like. I feel like for a Platinum trailer, we would have known.
That's not the right art style for a platinum game.
Right.
I know, but I was like, oh.
You can hope. You can hope for Japanese police games to
I'm
all
just
be Astral Chain.
projecting, you know, that's all. Because I don't fuck with cops, but they look decent enough.
How
I
you
do
make-
fuck with the Astral Chain cops because they're not cops. But they do actual cop work.
They do all the cop work that the cops aren't doing while not being cops. That's great.
Right. When I say actual cop work, I mean propaganda. Because what they're actually doing is torturing innocent people.
Oh, I thought we were talking about like helping people across the street and like picking
Right. That's propaganda.
Okay.
Because it's not fucking real. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what the Astral Chain police
Okay,
would do.
yeah.
I salute to Marie. I pledge allegiance to them things.
Them things
And
are
that's-
singing though.
And that sweet, sweet music. Ooh, man. What? The police station music shouldn't sound that fucking good. I
So
digress. Deca Police.
Well, I mean, while we're talking about Platinum games, the next thing on this list is Platinum's Bayonetta Origins, Syriza and the Lost Demon. And
I haven't
apparently,
even gotten Bayonetta 3 yet.
right, apparently this is like a continuation of like secret stuff that was in Bayonetta 3. So like there was stuff in this art style and gameplay style off the main track of Bayonetta 3 that this is a continuation of that stuff. So
I can see it.
yeah, I mean the art style looks cool and it has Bayonetta in the title, so I'm intrigued, but stinky Switch. The good thing I will say about this Nintendo Direct is it made me take my Switch out the dock. I have my Switch within arm's length and it's been turned on within the last 48 hours. A couple times actually. So the next thing on the list here is Splatoon 3 got an expansion pass, which is paid DLC for 2 waves of content, and it's really unclear what the content is. Because they show they're adding Inkopolis from the first game, but it looks like it's going to have all the same features as the current hub, whatever it's called in this one. And it's going to be the same. It's like, oh yeah, the inventories in the shop will be the same in all the places, so just go wherever suits you best. And it's like, I don't know. I need to see what the actual content is before I get the Splatoon 3 expansion pass.
Mm-hmm.
Because even Splatoon 3, it's like, yeah, I've gotten on and I've played it a few times, but it's not like...
Oh yeah, that expansion pass isn't on my radar right now. Like I've probably played Splatoon 3 like 3 times.
Hey, I mean, if you're trying to run it, that could be...
Shit, I'm always down to run some Splatoon. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, and then so we got Inkopolis coming in the spring, and then Wave 2 is called Side Order, and that's coming out at some point later on, and that looks like real Nier Automata shit.
Right, I was like, what in the Nier?
So, depending on what the content actually is, if there's like actual, because I didn't do the story mode in any of the Splatoons, I have watched story recaps. But for me, Splatoon's always been a multiplayer game. But I've always thought the single player stuff looks cool. And while I don't want to play an extended amount of time on my Switch to play the Splatoon 3 story mode, I would if it were somewhere else. Like if there were, a more powerful Switch-like system that was backwards compatible and could just play the games that I already have on my Nintendo Switch currently, just in higher fidelity, and didn't make me feel like I was wasting my time by playing games on there when games are in other places, Okay, so Disney Illusion Island was shown. It's coming July 28th, and it seems like a highly stylized platformer in the Mickey Mouse world.
Mm-hmm. That went in one eyeball and out of the other.
I mean, the reason I knew about this game is because Blessing hosted the Disney Game Showcase, and this is one of the games there, so...
Same thing there.
All right, so we got the Fire Emblem Engage Expansion Pack 2, and they also teased packs 3 and 4.
I mean, they bringing in Camilla, so...
Yep.
They are bringing in Camilla.
Yep.
So,
And they're also bringing in Veronica from freaking Fate.
Yeah. Robin? Anybody? Crom? And then the 2 dudes on the far outermost of this picture.
Actually, quick question. Is Crom and Corin a package deal like they should be?
No, Corrin's not in it unless Corrin was already in the game somehow.
Yeah, Corrin is. Yeah, all the pro tags are pretty much in it.
Okay, so yeah, Crom is just a character on his own.
Yes, the MC in that is Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right. Corrin was freaking Fates.
Yeah, Corrin is Fates, the dragon child.
It's not incest if your sister's not your sister.
Right. You're a dragon. They just kind of found you one day.
No, they definitely kidnapped you. You were definitely kidnapped.
Yeah,
300% kidnapped.
You're kidnapped by somebody who found. Yeah, you were kidnapped, but you were also found
By the people who kidnapped me. By the people who kidnapped you. They literally stole a baby, put it on the ground, and be like, oh, who would abandon this baby? I guess I have to take it with me.
As you do.
It's like, or you could just left that baby. It has parents. You know?
Okay, so the Don't Nod, the people who make Life is Strange, are making a new game, Harmony: The Fall of Reverie, that seems like it has that Super Giant-esque art style.
I do love the 2D animation for the trailer is really good. And, you know, making a story about a police state. Like,
I can't even imagine what that would feel like.
right?
Living in
It's
one
too
of those.
abstract to...
What? It's like, right.
Such a foreign concept.
Alright, so the next thing I have is Octopath Traveler 2, which got a demo. Actually out here hype, played about the first 30 minutes of Hikari's gameplay.
Because as soon as I saw that demo, as soon as I saw that trailer, I was like, all right, that demo's coming. And Anton last night was like, yep. Well, the night before was like, yep. Octopath Traveler 2 demo. I'm like, well, yeah. Yeah, that lines up. They should be dropping one soon.
Yep.
And when I saw that demo available now, I was like, it's going to be on PlayStation.
Yep. You're finally getting in the mindset. You're like,
thank you for telling me, Nintendo.
Without the blinders of like, oh, I thought the demo was only on Switch. It's like, nope. We know where this demo is. We know this demo is going to be everywhere that game is.
Everywhere. Yeah, so playing that shit and just seeing how it looked on the PS5, I'm like, man, this shit is crystal clear. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's like the diorama is just right in front of my fucking face and I could reach out and touch it.
It's like it's running at 60 frames per second because...
Oh my god, that shit looks so fucking good.
Yeah, HD 2D with like actual power behind it is something crazy.
The only thing that's competing with that is like holding it handheld, looking at it through the OLED.
Yeah,
that would hit.
But
that
I
would
ain't
just
got no
be so
OLED.
vivid.
Oh,
yeah,
but I got a Steam Deck,
no
so you get the power behind it. You get that 60 FPS. It's just not on an OLED.
All right, but it's pretty piped up. Like, I've been liking the trailers and shit that they've been dropping for it leading up into its release. So finally getting my hands on it and just like really checking out the characters and with like their backstories and like really getting into it. Yeah, this is going to be another banger. Mm-hmm. Probably going to cop it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, part of me was thinking about pre-ordering it, but I think I'm going to wait on the sale because it's probably going to sit around. Like, the demo is the first 3 hours, so...
Yeah.
And considering I played like 30 minutes and had my fill for the night, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go play something a little bit. Like, I did well in my battles, got the story started and moving, and it's like, yeah, I'll come back to this demo. So it'll probably be like the Dio Field demo of like, first time playing the Dio Field demo, I was like, I kind of want to pre-order this. By the time I finished the 3 hours of the Dio Field demo, I was like, I have played enough of the Dio Field Chronicle to not buy the Dio Field Chronicle for more than $20.
Bullshit. Yeah.
I mean, it was good. Like, the summon was cool. Like, between both Geofield and Octopath are kind of in the, and I mean Soul Hackers too, because they had the PlayStation Plus trial, and so I played enough Soul Hackers too to be like, yep, I got the fun I would have gotten out of Soul Hackers without having to pay any money for Soul Hackers.
Yeah, Soul Hackers 2 is about to be a super sale for me. Like, I really want to play it, but it's like the time. It's like the timing on it. Like, I'm finally just getting around to playing some of Scarlet Nexus, and that game it's pretty dope. But these other games just got me in a fucking chokehold.
Right. Monster Hunter, is taunting me. It's like, you not HR 1. Every time I get on, you not HR 100 yet? What are you doing with your life?
Yeah, I'm approaching HR 40, and I'm also approaching 40 hours.
Oh, yeah, I'm past 40 hours. I'm well past 40 hours.
They showed me the money grind route the other night, and that opened my world up. I'm like, wow, I can buy those weapons that I've been wanting to craft.
Right, my wish list, I won't come back to the Gathering Hub every time, and my wish list is like, here goes 10 things you can't afford but have the mats for.
And it was just one run, and we stopped in the middle of a run so I can get the beetles that I was missing. And
so what is it? Is it like an expedition? Like,
yeah, so you go on an expedition. Oh, have you not done it? So you go on an expedition to the ancient forest, basically.
The Shrine Ruins?
Yes. Yes.
Or
because the one with the pyramids.
That's the flooded forest.
Flooded forest. There we go. So basically you go when there's a mining surge, and then you equip any of your armor that has geologist on it, and then you just go around just hitting all the mining outcrops.
I have done that before.
And then you just sell pretty much everything.
Yeah, I have one of my submarines getting the fish that sell they're the highest selling thing that you can get out of a submarine, and it's something like, it's a scatterfish, so you can use it to make bombs, or you could just sell it and...
I might have to do that. I still need to unlock my third submarine.
Oh.
I think I'm almost done with that request.
Yeah, it's probably the beetles that you need to turn in.
I thought I had the beetles.
Didn't get it. All right, the next game on the list is We Love Katamari Reroll and Royal Reverie. So it looks like we're just getting more Katamari in the modern age. I do have Katamari Damacy Reroll on PlayStation, and I kind of want to play that. And if I play and beat that, this will be next on the hit list.
I never really got into Katamari, so I would play.
I got into Donut County, and then everybody just called Donut County Reverse Katamari, and I was like, I'll play Reverse Donut County. And I got a poster from Loot Crate that just made it look as absurd in Japanese as possible, and I was like, I'm with the energy that this game is giving off, so... All right, Studio Sabotage, Sea of Stars. I don't know if we already had a date, but August 29th, we're getting that.
It looks good. It looks like I love the art style.
Yep.
And
I can't remember what their last game was.
The Messenger.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I like this. I like seeing design styles that got abandoned by the larger companies because they don't believe in anything but money.
Always, right?
All right.
Like when people say turn-based combat is boring, what they're saying is they haven't seen turn-based combat that has evolved past Final Fantasy VI.
I mean, and Final Fantasy VI isn't even turn-based, right? It's ATB.
It's still turn-based, though.
It's still turn-based.
Okay. But yeah, Sea of Stars, that's one that I'd like to see Cam play on Indie Watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Sea Stars does look good. I definitely want to dabble in that at some point.
All right. There's Omega Strikers, which is a free-to-play air hockey multiplayer game that's coming on
Yeah.
April 27th.
I'll check it out. Fuck it.
It's the day before. I'm predicting that Sunbreak is going to come to PlayStation, and possibly the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters are coming to PlayStation and Switch. So, we got something to do to pass the time until that day, so I'll play some air hockey. Hopefully this also comes to PlayStation, but for it to be a free-to-play.
That was my next question. I'm like, is this a Switch exclusive?
Let me see.
Because if it goes elsewhere, I'll check it out. I'm not trusting my Nintendo console with a multiplayer game other than Splatoon or Smash.
The ones that let's see. Windows Open Beta, Android, iOS, and home console. Okay, no, I don't. I need actual consoles. The home console version.
It's coming to home console. The fuck does that mean? It's coming to the Atari?
I cannot actually find iOS, Android, Switch, and PC. So I'm not playing this unless it's on Steam Deck, is what I'm pretty much seeing. Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection is coming, which is Etrian Odyssey 1, 2, and 3 with like Persona, and it has Joker, it has Teddy, it has the MC from SMT3, has characters from Soul Hackers. So them showing it looks like I'm not going to play an Etrian Odyssey game, but if this is getting
Odyssey game.
If this is them getting closer to bringing Persona Q and Q2, the only Etrian Odyssey games you'd catch me dead playing, like if this is getting the ball rolling towards a Persona Q and Q2 collection coming to Switch, I'm here for it.
I enjoyed Persona Q. Like, I realized playing Persona Q was like, oh, I actually do enjoy the Etrian Odyssey games. Why haven't I played? Oh, right. I could just, it's the same dungeon delving as previous SMT games. And I'm like, that's why I like it. It's the same. It's just like with a Digital Devil Summoner.
So yeah, let's throw that Persona skin back on there, because Persona Q and Q2 are criminally underplayed. And it'd be interesting. I need to see if the Etrian Odyssey games are coming to other platforms. Oh, PC and Switch. So there is no PlayStation version coming of the Etrian Odyssey.
You can get it on your Steam Deck.
Yeah, I'm not playing it. I'm just trying to get the Persona games to happen. I'm not playing Etrian Odyssey. I want to make that perfectly clear. Okay, so looking at the... these are only pre-order bonuses. Joker from Persona 5 and Ringo from Soul Hackers 2 in Etrian Odyssey 1. Demi-Fiend from Shin Megami Tensei 3 and Teddy from Persona 4 in Etrian Odyssey 2, and Nahobino from SMT 5 and Aegis from Persona 3 are in Etrian Odyssey 3. But it kind of sucks that those are pre-order exclusives. I thought those would just like be additional content in the game.
Oh. How badly do you want to play as Nahabino?
I mean, enough to just go play SMT5. Not enough to pre-order the Etrian Odyssey collection. So, Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp is coming out April 21st. So it finally got a new date, and it's really coming this time. And it doesn't seem like everybody's going to blame them for Russia invading Ukraine for putting out the game.
Right. It's going to be crazy when, yeah, never mind. Yeah.
All right, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe has a new demo out, and the game comes out February 24th. So we got 2 demos for games at the end of February.
Right. There's been a lot of Kirby love just like consistently. It's like the Switch just keeps dropping shit for him.
Right? Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
It's Sakurai. It's Sakurai finally got to do something other than fucking Smash Bros.
I don't think Sakurai has anything to do with Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Outside of working on the original game, probably.
Didn't Forbidden Kingdom come out like last year?
Forgotten Land? Yeah. Forgotten Land was early last year. We get a Kirby game like every year of some form or fashion, especially on this
Shit, multiple.
Yeah, honestly. Because I don't think
with
that was
some of those like free to play or
the,
like multiplayer Kirby's, you get like at least 2 of those a year.
Let me just go to the eShop.
Forgot those multiplayer arcade Kirby's exist.
Yeah, I mean most people do forget they exist, but doesn't mean they ever stop taking up space on the eShop. Kirby.
It's just everyone's favorite
11 Kirby games. Oh, well, hold on. Let's see. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so there are 6 Kirby games. And then Kirby is on 4 of the 5 Nintendo Switch Online emulators. Which actually brings me to the next thing on this list. We're getting Game Boy and Game Boy Color games available on the Switch Online. We're getting Tetris, Mario Lands 2, or Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, and Gargoyle's Quest, with more games being added in the future, which don't know.
Metroid Fusion. Metroid Fusion was on that list. And yes!
Of the advanced games.
Metroid Fusion is the advanced game.
Yeah, I'm saying, I was just talking about the regular
We're just
Game
talking about
Boy.
game.
Oh, yeah.
Just regular Game Boy.
And they
also,
showed
Wario
on
Land
that,
3.
Yeah, they showed Wario Land 3's coming. They showed Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons.
But play those. Play those. If you have not played the Capcom Zelda games, they are so good.
Right, and now we have like a convenient way to play them with Nintendo Switch Online. And so they showed all of that, and then they showed Game Boy Advance games are coming to Switch Online with the expansion pack. And it's coming with Super Circuit, Minish Cap, Mario 3, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and WarioWare Inc. And Kururin, which is a GBA game I've never heard of before. But
you move the shape, don't touch the sides.
Oh, you tried it out?
No, I saw the video.
Oh, okay.
The only ones I tried were WarioWare Inc. and the Mario 3.
So this had me booted up. Wario Land 3 is already in Game Boy.
Yep. That's what I was about to play next. Because that was my shit.
Which one? I know one of the Game Boy Advance games comes with the e-reader levels. And I was like, dang, I haven't thought about an e-reader in a while. It has been a significant schminute since I thought about an e-reader. But I mean, that's getting in the Game Boy Advance and having like all those weird peripherals.
Oh, you get Metroid Return to Samus on Game Boy.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to be getting a lot more Metroid content, and it's good that we have the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance emulators. But the one thing I don't want anybody getting their hopes up for is Pokemon. Like, we're getting the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy later on, but you're not getting.
That's gonna be piped up. I mean, if they do decide to add Pokemon, I think they might make us pay for it.
Oh, they definitely would make us pay for it.
And I'm here to say,
I'd do it. Yeah, I've done it before. I'll do it again.
It's the exact same way they did when they put the Pokemon games on DS.
Yeah, but
When
DS didn't have a subscription service.
Yeah, but they're gonna make you pay. It don't matter. Nintendo's gonna make you pay for those Pokemon games. It ain't gonna be through the service. They're gonna make you pay individually.
I'd be down.
Right.
I'd take it.
I still bought yellow off that same thing.
That's fine.
All right. So the original Metroid Prime got remastered and it's out.
It's good.
It's out digitally right now, and the physical version launches March 3rd. But it seems like a Crisis Core level remaster, or like the Crisis Core Reunion level remaster, where just from top to bottom it's the same game, but it's just looks and feels better.
I can't say it looks better. I can't. Because
completely remade assets.
Metroid Prime back on GameCube on the proper TVs, because that's something else about the experience, is that you got to have a TV from that era to go with it, because games were made to use that. But Metroid Prime in 2002, that game looks fucking good. It looks really good, and looking at the remake, it looks exactly the same.
No, it looks like you remember it looking.
No, it looks like how it looks. I'm saying right now, on a TV, if you put it on a modern TV, yes, absolutely. It's just it's so good. And the fact that they just dropped it, they're like, digitally, have it.
Yeah, I mean, shit, they've been sitting on it for a minute.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was supposed to be in the last Nintendo Direct of 2022, and they just sat on it. Why? Because they felt like it.
Right. And now we have it, and it's good. And so if you haven't played Metroid Prime, play it. It's amazing.
I'm going to have to drop this graphics comparison for you, just so you can see.
That game looks exactly like how I remember it.
Yeah, like how you remember it versus how you remember it and how it actually looked are two very different things.
And whatever comparison you sent me, I hope they're not using the same monitor. Because older games look worse on modern monitors.
I mean, they're probably comparing the Wii version because...
Okay, that's okay. Okay.
I mean, that's because you wouldn't have gotten widescreen support regardless. Like, yeah, you'd need a CRT for but at the same time... having
Metroid Prime, good.
Yes, Metroid Prime, good. It would be on my list, but I have Metroid Dread and haven't even barely played fucking Metroid Dread.
Metroid Dread is so good. I'm just lost.
Metroid Dread is really good, and I love it. But if I had to pick between two, I'd pick Prime.
Yeah, but I already bought Dread. That's the problem.
Yeah. Finished Dread, but also Prime is so good. Like, God, like, look.
I have fucking
I'm moderately
Metroid 2
calm now
remake.
because it's only the first Prime. If it was Echoes, the moment Echoes comes out, the second one, I'm done.
How do you think they're going to do 2 and 3? Because all the things that I've been seeing about it seem like 2 and 3 might be a collection and won't have the love and care that they did for 1.
2 and 3 is probably going to end up as a collection, which hurts me because 2 is my favorite, and if there's anyone that I want to get a standalone, real good remaster, it's 2. And also because 2's the best one. Like, 3's fun. Like, I enjoyed 3, but 3 was kind of hampered by the whole, it's a Wii game, so it has to use motion controls. And so sometimes that feels a little awkward, but Prime 2 was...
They're going to at least bring over the control scheme that they added to have dual stick support.
Oh, I'm saying even with dual stick support, though, Prime 2 is still better than Prime 3. That's the thing about it, is like the way that game was designed. Because the thing about it is they're not going to... While they add control support, the level designs and the way the fights are still designed around you using motion controls.
I mean, play this shit like it's Splatoon with motion controls.
I mean... Honestly, I'm just going to probably play Echoes 95 times because, once again, Echoes is the best one.
Okay. So, getting after that, we have Spike Chunsoft with using the minds behind the Danganronpa series and looks like the artist as well. We're getting Master Detective Archives Rain Code, which just looks like Danganronpa without the Danganronpa license. And it's a little ghost instead of a teddy bear. Look at that.
Yeah.
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 Hang on, y'all.
I like how there's 2 remasters in this fucking direct that I want. I appreciate that, Nintendo. Making me actually want to use that fucking Switch.
What's the other remaster?
The Bit and Kato's collection. 1 and 2.
Baten Kaitos.
Baten Katos. Yes. I did not finish the first one. I was like 250 hours into that shit. Like, the first one's long as shit. Like, that's like old school JRPG epic long. Like, actually, if I remember correctly, that bitch was on multiple discs too.
Yeah, I saw this speed run was like 338 hours.
Oh yeah. And now I'll actually get a chance to play the second one.
Oh, Baten Kaitos.
Baten Katos. Yes. My personal favorite with the card. It has the same combat system as Chain of Memories, but better.
And it's better? Oh
Yeah.
Maybe
Every
should
weapon
get
is
into
hard.
Kaitos.
You have numbers, and you're playing them like slates. Like, it's really good. Like, Mythic Katos is actually really good. It's also just long as shit. Like, but the length of it works for me better than something like 5. Than something like Persona 5.
Okay. Up next, we got Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time, which I didn't realize the Fantasy Life series was like a thing.
And it's from level 5.
Yeah, like level 5 is kind of all over this. Like the way we got farming games out of the last direct, we're getting level 5 games because we have that. What was the other level 5 game we had earlier on?
Deca Police.
And then to talk about the next one at the same time, we got a new Professor Layton, the New World of Steam.
Oh, Professor Layton got a Steam Deck?
Apparently got a Steam machine. Looking at the way things are.
But yeah, Professor Layton is getting a new game coming to Switch. I've never played any of the Professor Layton games.
What does he do? Is he like a detective?
Yeah, solves crimes. And you control him, and there's a story around the crime. I know a lot of people like him, and it's well regarded. It's just Nintendo, like, third-party exclusive Nintendo games are just... They gotta be something that I'm already into. I'm not gonna pick up Professor Layton with, like, the 12th game in the series and hope I know what the hell's going on. We got Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC, which... That's too long of a name. We need to shorten that. But we're getting Birdo, and we're getting the Yoshi's Island course, and
I still don't own Mario Kart.
Neither?
Yeah, y'all two, like, it's...
I mean, we're outliers.
Huh?
We're outliers.
Yeah, and I mean, it's fun. And we can play multiplayer, like, all we need is really one cartridge and controllers to play Mario Kart, so it's not like a bunch of people would be missing out if we wanted to play Mario Kart. We just wouldn't be able to play it all on our...
Mario Kart is the perfect game for, like, the split Joy-Con controls. It's the only game that's like, yeah, this is fine. This is actually perfect.
2 buttons!
Now you need them triggers, too.
That's one of the buttons.
Yeah, that's literally one of the buttons. It's like you got accelerate and drift. No, you 3 buttons. Accelerate, drift, item usage. Those are all the buttons.
Yeah.
Yep. And steering.
Yeah.
It's not a button, that's a stick.
Yep. I haven't held a Joy-Con like this in so long.
Do you still have your attachments?
Yeah, I have too many of those attachments because I
Yeah,
have
I
a
just
bunch
got
of
some just
Joy-Cons.
places.
Yeah. All right, and the last thing they showed was Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, coming out May 12th still. A lot of people thought it was going to get delayed. But nope, keep it that May 12th date. We talked about it being $70, and I'm all in. They're still not answering the questions I have about the game, but I'm also okay having the game answer those questions when it comes out.
I have no questions.
I do. There's playable Zelda. There's all types of like.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't get your hopes up.
I just want to see what they made for the original Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. They got carried over to this because they said they had ideas they wanted to put into Breath of the Wild.
Probably all the sky shit. The
Probably
sky shit
Sheikah Slate stuff.
and the truck.
Yeah, fucking
Truck.
I will say, I was into that trailer until the truck showed up, and then I was like, "Oh, well, I lost the magic."
Well, I mean, that was like a big thing with like Zelda speedrunners and like people exploring the game like long after it was out, was kind of using the environment and the powers in the environment to make your own vehicles. So now if they're adding vehicles to facilitate that, so you don't have to hold a leaf while riding a wooden platform to make a boat and you can just have a boat, like add those because the game is so physics based, it'll be interesting to see some of like the crazy things that happens.
Yeah, I
when
just
you
used
add
to use
vehicles
ice pillars
the
to
mix.
cross water. Just doop, 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 doop.
I tried that thing one time where like you launch a rock, like you use stasis on a rock, hit it a bunch of times, hop on the rock and just go flying.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for the Nintendo Direct, and we've been going for a while, but I kind of want to hit a couple extra things.
Yeah, let's do it.
Apex fumbled the bag because they introduced
Fucking
a 6v6 multiplayer mode this season. No new legend,
Team deathmatch.
right.
Tell you right now, I'm fine with no new legends. Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm good with not a new legend. I'm good with that. That's fine. Because the base game is boring as shit. Deal with that, then we could start adding characters again. Because you can't just character your way out of this.
I don't know. For me, once you get to a point where you're not dropping characters, you've gotten to a point where your game's in jeopardy.
Thirdly, I don't necessarily believe that.
I mean,
and the reason why it's because
I'll put it like this: if they didn't drop a new character and didn't do all these changes, I would say they're in big trouble. But since they did go in, restructure like the way characters work, and, in the classes and like how they're defined, and then I would be like, all right, this is a big deal. But since they did that, I get it.
But yeah, so they did a 6v6 mode, but you can't queue in as a party of 6 or
Only
anything more than 3.
Yeah, that shit's stupid as fuck. Like, I get it's probably because of the way their lobby system is inherently set up, but like you should still have a way to do that at this point. Like, if you're gonna roll something like this out,
I've tried that.
right? Or that could be a good use for the clubs. It's like, all right, yeah, let's load up. We got 6 people in the club. Let's do team deathmatch. Even if you force us to be in 2 groups of 3, at least allow us the means to party up with that other group of 3.
Right.
Like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Apex just really, like, I re-downloaded it because I was just thinking about that game, like,
Nope.
even before they talked about, and I mean, I played a game of Battle Royale and was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Like,
I haven't even tried out the new hero.
What new hero?
Well, the one from last season.
Bat with rifle.
No, there's another one.
Yeah,
She-
trans
yeah, she's-
girl.
Oh, no. Oh yeah, freaking
She's
Catalyst.
like
I forgot about
like a
Catalyst.
witch
I
that
forgot about
builds.
Right.
Catalyst. Right.
And there's
Catalyst.
black symbiote goop.
Right. Catalyst. Forgot about Catalyst. Shit.
Yeah, but everybody did. I feel like. Because
Well,
there's
and
Newcastle.
Catalyst like, didn't do the thing Catalyst was advertised of doing, which was countering Seer's ult. And then when she came out, everyone found out she doesn't actually do that.
I feel like Seer was the last time I seriously played that game.
Who was after Seer? Ash?
I thought Ash was before Seer.
Yeah.
Maybe. Fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not important. We're not going to. I don't have the time or energy to check.
Valkyrie?
Valkyrie was definitely before Seer.
Oh no! Ash was after Seer.
Okay.
Ash was after Seer. It's Valkyrie into Seer into Ash into Mad Maggie, Newcastle, Vantage. With also
Okay. Yeah, Mad Maggie was around when I started falling off.
I fell off around Ash.
Because Newcastle was.
I started
Not really
stumbling
hyped
during Seer and then had completely fallen off by the time Newcastle was there.
Yeah. yeah.
All right.
Apex has kind of fallen off. And then with them canceling the single player or the Apex, the
Titanfall
Legends?
Legends.
Titanfall Legends or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully, this season runs well. I kind of I slick have an itch. If people are saying that it runs well, I'll at least download it and check it out. But I can't make any promises with the way other games are set up right now.
Definitely no, I'm not checking out Apex. Like Apex would have the only thing that could have got me into Apex is a legitimate if we could just queue up as 6. But since we can't, I'm like I could just play any of the 50 million good games that that are just out. Like
Fortnite has just mounds and mounds of content that I haven't gotten to.
Yeah. Fortnite. Shit, I'd rather go play Gundam right now. Shit.
I don't know. I just got Geralt. I got Isaac Clarke. The gaming stuff in Fortnite is really strong this season, so I'm here for it. All right. And then last story I have is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel had its 1-year anniversary.
Yes, sir.
And so we got a bunch of people back on. It's they're doing daily login bonuses, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, just casually dabbling in some Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been watching it a lot lately, so this is kind of getting my itch in of playing it. So this has been fun. I like the way they've kind of changed up the home screen and how it looks. I feel like it runs a little smoother. And then even some little changes I've noticed is just showing when a card effect is kicking in, it shows which one is currently activating, as opposed to just if the card has 3 effects, instead of showing you all 3, it highlights the one that's you're probably about to use.
okay.
So just a little shit. It's nice. If you have an interest in Yu-Gi-Oh, go back and pull it up. Show some love,
Well, yeah, I'm updating it on my phone. Might do some of that while I'm out and about today. Need to get back into my Tri-Brigade bag. All right. Well, does anybody have one more thing before we wrap for the week?
Ollie Ollie World is dope.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation Plus. Get it. I highly recommend it to everybody. If back in the day you got Ollie Ollie 1 and Ollie Ollie 2 have been free on PlayStation Plus at some point in time. So maybe you got it, maybe you didn't get it, but like I say, check all the Ollie Ollie games out because they all
Ollie
have.
Ollie of them.
Yep. All right, and with that, remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Anton6, 3X is Jalen.
Wade Bishop.
Madrid.
Speedwagon X.
All right, there's been a No It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Iknowjones. Until next time, keep it cheesy.